I know. I've been cleaning today, and I got a couple ghost turds. I know, ghost turds. Mandy was with me in the cleaning. Okay, I know most people call them, what do you call them? Dust bunnies? They're ghost turds, okay? They're ghost turds, not dust bunnies, not dust bunnies. So, let's light our candles, my familiar. This is my familiar, Mandy Pants. Yes, somewhere between a black cat and a dire wolf. My darling, yes. So, I hope everybody's been thinking about the authenticity part of my last video. I know, I'm not leaving you. I'm not leaving you. Maybe a few interesting. Cold air just came through. And all the candles just went out. I know, I felt it too. I felt it too. Shh. Everybody take a big old deep belly breath. Through your stomach. I'm okay. Out your chest. I know. My big old protected darling. I know. Alright, let's light an incense. How about that? I feel it too. The last two of their kind. I have two of these incense left that were hand dipped for me. I know. Let's do one, huh? I felt it too. Don't worry. No fear, no fear. No fear. I'm right here. We just had a cold air come through our home. I'm okay. Ready to take a big old deep belly breath. Send me prayers. Please. All is well, darling. All is well. Where should this go? That way? Okay. Right here. Come on, big girl. Okay. For those of you new here, every Sunday church is different. There's never going to be one the same, ever. Well, we hope not, yeah? Otherwise, we may as well throw authenticity right down the chute. If you were here last time, you know I've been crying pretty much nonstop. Eat, sleep, cry, repeat. And if you've known me for a long time, you know I do those things on top of other activities. I've worked since I was 14 years old. I served active duty Army for 10 years. And now it seems all I do is get your dreams, my soul tribe. It's a full-time job. I will not give credence to the death threats and the hateful emails that have also gone up in number. Unfortunately, I'm concerned for some of my family's safety. And it's hard to understand if keeping going with my channel, at what point am I being a narcissist, a martyr? Please understand, like any lion out there, I'm a terrifying mama. And if you're watching this video now, and you go near any of my cubs, you will regret it. Just want to make that clear. It's very difficult. When I love you all so much, people start threatening my son. People start threatening my home. And I keep getting told this: I'm protected. Doesn't feel like I am. When I can't even open my emails, I'm terrified to open them because I feel like if I don't see them, they don't exist. If I never knew they were there, and then I see them, I'm terrified I'm going to manifest those things. You would not believe the things that people say. They're very hateful. It brings out my ugliest when you threaten my family. But I have you as my family now. And in their threatening of my bloodlines, they're threatening my soul family because they're making me want to get off of here. And that makes me even angrier. And then I zoom out. I'm not reading anything, and you guys know, till I get my glasses, I can't see anyway. But it makes me happy. I'm sharing with you the process I went through. Wouldn't mean anything if I just told you as a story. I want you to go through it with me. Yeah? You were angry for a minute. Yeah? But you know what would make me angrier? Is if they succeeded. And I got off of here out of fear, out of embarrassment. My last live video almost put me in the toilet. I mean that in a soul level, like you would not believe the hate mail I got from showing my armpit hair. I sang a Christian song by Amy Grant, and I got more hate mail than I've ever gotten in my life. People attacking me, sending me my son's full name, including his middle name, what city he lived in, or they thought that he lived in. What I want to say is, do you think I'm so stupid? First of all, not to make up a giant city that I say my son lives in, the 4th largest in the world. And you think I have him there? Do you think that you can attack me without my entire soul tribe standing up for me, demanding justice? I will say that to my over 100 death threats out there. But I will say this. There were over 10,000 love threats. 10,000 people who said, thank you for being authentic. I don't comment on YouTube. I don't want my name out there, but thank you. Over 10,000 emails against your 180 83 death threats, most likely from the same person, at least in the same little 5 or 10 people, 100 people at tops. What, 1,000? People will notice if I'm missing. People will notice if I'm gone. And believe me, I will notice if anything ever happens to my family. It's the first thing I want to say. I am damn tired of it, y'all. I'm not a martyr. I'm not a leader. I'm simply a place to gather. For you, my darling brothers and sisters, and for them. I'm simply a vessel to gather in. I have zero power. I'm just a brother and sister here. And yes, I am protected. And I promise you, that tornado back there, that's my soul tribe. And they are in every corner of this planet. We may be small, but we are mighty. So I'm going to keep coming on here, no matter how much it angers you, whoever you are out there. I'm not going to give them justice by telling their name, but trust me, we have a group that's against me, against us. I just cut the deck. Serpent on fire. Someone had a dream about that last Sunday live. Who was it? Who had a dream of the snake on fire? We had a sister out there who had a dream of the snake on fire. We're in every corner. Not of this country, of this planet. My family is safe. There is a reason they don't live with me, and I chose to keep going with this. I will keep going with this. I'm not a martyr, but I am a vessel. And when you destroy a vessel, there's just another to replace me. And they are in this soul tribe. I have no concern that you're going to hurt me, because you're not hurting anything but a skin. You set the serpent on fire. Another skin rises to the action every single time. The light doesn't run out. The darkness, it can be enveloping. We are not in the darkness. Right? Okay. I apologize. I haven't been able to really look at any comments, but I do see that I did get some donations. I will go back and look at those in a little bit. You guys, there's a precipice. And it's not just happening to me. It's not just happening to the world. It is happening in each and every one of our lives. Everyone wants to ignore it. Everyone. But there's this wisdom coming in, yeah? I shuffled all these decks. I love how we see the staircase, right? Very much like the novelists, like the eternal spiral. But we also see the mathematical theory behind it. How science and spirit prove each other. It's so funny how all of the ancient cultures said there was a great womb that created life on earth. There was a great womb. There was a great darkness. The Bible, Buddha, all the great religions said it all started in darkness. There was a great womb. The great Hopis, the Indian people, the Mayans, the Aztecs. It all started with a great womb. The spider grandmother, the Native Americans. Everything started with darkness. And the longer that science tries to prove it, tries to prove the deception of God, the more it proves the reality that it did start in a great cosmic Big Bang womb, right? Everything is meeting in the middle. Scientists are starting to prove religion. Religion is starting to prove science. Yet no one is willing to admit on either side. That is death. The complete suppression of ego with the rising of the subconscious. It's not easy. Oh, it's very difficult, in fact. We see the ribbon of black above him. We see how he wears the cloak of red, passion. Yet a whole nother world lies within him. So, let's see what they want to say here. If you are new to my channel, I doubt you are, but if you are, this is Val with Eternal Transformations. This is my familiar Mandy pants. All right. I'm going to let you guys vote. All you have to say this is going to be a tough decision. All you have to say. I should show you the books, not the cards. Both by the same author, Isis or Kali. These will be the original pick of cards. There will be one that gives you a twirl in the belly, a lump in the throat, a clench in the heart. But there will be one. I have a little delay on my end. I'm going to go look. Don't worry. There will be one. That negative or positive reaction has a message for you personally. However, it is likely that they will all tell these 3 cards, maybe 4, if we're lucky, tell a story of your soul. Okay? All right. What do we want? Ooh, Lord of mercy. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm seeing Kali. Kali. Isis. It's all pretty much the same lady. Kali. Isis, always, LOL. Beautiful Kate. Okay. House Start for Life. I went and watched the entire Game of Thrones series again after we had our last conversation. And you know what I realized? I have some Game of Thrones fans out there, right? I'm shuffling the Isis for a reason. We're going to pull the Isis for the Soul Tribe. We're going to pull Kali for the Pick a Card. Okay? So I went and watched Game of Thrones again. Seen it before. Seen it twice. Went and watched it for a 3rd time. I noticed on a micro level, but I don't think I ever noticed on an overall level how much it was about dualities. Dualities, like I talked about last time, the duality of everything on this planet. Divine Sisterhood for the Soul Tribe. Look at the duality here. Technically, these are similarities, right? But they have different things on their head. Their meanings are duality, even though they are sisters in the light. Divine Sisterhood, community of the spiritual sisters and brothers of the light. This is for the entire soul tribe. The dualities of Game of Thrones, like for instance, I'm just going to talk about, okay, so for instance, we have the bastards, the Battle of the Bastards, right? We have, what's his name? Ramsay of House, I can't remember, starts with a B. Help me out here. Starts with a B. I know I got some Game of Thrones fans out there. The one that, the skin flayers, the people that, Bolton, House of Bolton. Okay. Ramsay, House of Bolton. He was a bastard, yes. But so is Jon Snow. Ramsay took on the name of his father. His father did that to build up his country. So he didn't have another firstborn son. In fact, he didn't have any other children. So he said, I'll give you my family name. That was a big deal back, I say back then, in this fantasy land, but basically back then. It's very much the Middle Ages. It's a very big deal. However, Jon Snow, his father, sent him out to work with the prisoners and slaves and murderers and the criminals of the world at the North Watch. It's kind of like sending your kid off to the army when they didn't have a choice. But he chose to do it. And he ended up ruling everything as Jon Snow. He was king of the North as Jon Snow, as a bastard. And he triumphed over Bolton. Here's the difference. The duality was they both were bastards. They both were lords. They both were raised under lords. They both were given these high privilege societies. But they all both inherited their family's ancestry. One of respect and kindness and what was given to them. However, even this one that had respect and kindness, and he grew up in a decent home, he grew up with a mother that hated him. A stepmother who hated him, who did not want him to live. She wanted him gone as soon as she could. He was given as much hate as this guy was, as much neglect as this guy was. But there's a choice there, isn't there? In this duality that we create. There's a choice. Both of these two were bastards. Both of these two grew up with money, with titles, with lands. Actually, neither of them with titles and lands. Both of them ended up with titles and lands, but one chose cruelty. The other one chose honor, respect. Bit of martyrdom for me. I think there's a middle point there. I don't think you have to choose what duality. I think the point is to blend these dualities. I think the point is that you have free will. So many people think that what happens to us, it's easy to get stuck in the poor, poor, pitiful me, right? Yes, me too. Me too. But we can't. There's no time for that. There's better things to worry about right now. Here's one for the first family. For the first card. Kali Mahamaya. These cards are intense. I want to warn you, there will be one. Kali Mahamaya. Number 4, Kali Mahamaya. As many of you know, I will read every single comment. I always do. I promise you that. You guys make me cry every time. There is one thing that I will say. It's funny how when we look back in time, it's like movies always gave this like slight amount of, what's the word? not prophecy, almost foreshadowing. It's not like exactly what happened is what happened. It was more like a foreshadowing of what was to come when we look back. Especially at things that were very popular. I think there's something to this Game of Thrones. I think that the point is we're being distracted with internal fighting. And there's something bigger coming, right? What did they say in the show? Winter is coming. There's something coming. And we are being distracted. Something to think about. Yuga Shakti. Yuga Shakti. These cards are very intense. Do not freak out. They're not evil. They're not bad. Okay? Some Christians out there freak out because she's sticking her tongue out. It's gonna be okay. Notice her third eye. Okay? This is actually one of my favorite yoga moves is the lion face. Stick your eyes out. Scream. Stick your tongue out. 13. Yuga Shakti. Okay, one more. Again, negative or positive reaction. That is your card. There's a message for you there, but it is likely there will be one. And they will tell a story of your soul. There's a lot of guides in here today, but they are much calmer than normal. Thank you. I almost didn't get on today. I had to postpone it. I am probably going to be changing my email soon. When that happens, I'll post it on YouTube. I'm going to have to find a way, though, that will block people better. Or maybe just find somebody to read my emails. It's not me. All right, clear this energy out, please. Ooh, Blue Tara. Blue Tara. Who wanted the calmness? Blue Tara. $17. Also an 8, manifestation. Interesting. First card, last card. Both very calming, but notice the duality here. What was I talking about in the beginning? The duality. But also notice the lily pads that also look like transformation upon us. Peace. In the middle, we have chaos and conflict. Don't be afraid. I know, she has a scary face. We all do sometimes. Okay. If you're new to this channel, I'm going to read just a little bit. Can't read much because these are very long. But, well, if you want to buy the book, buy the book. It's Kali by Alana Fairchild. Kali by Alana Fairchild. I'm not putting that below. Apparently, the last person that found me through Amazon. So I'm kind of in a weird place with everything right now. Just give me time. But I'm on here, and that's a huge step for me because I was kind of angry about the whole everything for a minute. It was hard not to be. I'm a sister to you guys, and I'm a mother to another. And my child was being I'll say again. Be careful there, whoever you are. I would watch myself if I were you. Kali Mahamaya. I'm sorry. Kali Mahamaya. If you felt a twirl in the belly, a clench in the throat, a lump in the heart. Notice the duality of the reflection. Kali Mahamaya is Kalima, the spiritual truth beneath all appearances, the healing waiting to be discovered in all experiences. In harmony with your higher self, she manifests with a path which you can best learn, heal, and grow. She is unclothed, symbolizing wild, unconditioned authenticity. She is the empowerment to discard conditioning and judgments that we have worn, cast off the fearful constraints. Cast off the fearful constraints others have imposed upon you. Who? Even those you have loved. They did not mean to. They have only given you the constraints they know of to protect you, they think. Cast off the constraints, the fearful ones that she has imposed upon you. Connecting to your authentic being will attract healing, guidance, and divine grace to you now. Kali Mahamaya, she's the fierce mother. She says, cast off constraints because you're ready. She would never say this to her younger ones. To her younger ones, she has to be the mama that pops you on the butt. Here, you see why. You see why. Because you know the reflection that you want to see in the future is one you want to respect. Notice how her reflection is smaller than that what she is. You are so much bigger than you think you are. See what they want to say about that, please. We are going to use the vice versa. For Kali Mahamaya, please. For Kali Mahamaya. The sun in reverse. Yes, 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 I know. You're like a kid, you want to go play, but you've got your walls built up so high. The sun's not quite out. You've got your guards up. But whose fault is that? Whose fault is it for building that wall? That wall around what? That wall around what? Why are you scared? The white stands for innocence. The horse is very sad. The horse wants to play. The red stands for passion. You want to play. What are you afraid of? No one put those walls up but you. No one put those walls up but you. It's interesting though, from far away, looks like two eyes in the mountain. But you'll never know until you climb that wall and see what's on the other side of that mountain. What else, Spirit? For Mahamaya? For Mahamaya? She's asking you to look. Again, notice. I don't know how many cards are like this in the deck. And in fact, looking at these two together is interesting. Do you want, they're saying it's very possible for you to live your whole life with these walls up. And you know what will happen? You'll end up inside looking out. You'll end up inside looking out and notice how every dream he's ever had has never become reality. You notice his legacy, his child looking at him saying, what are you doing? Or it could be his childlike self. It may be the ghost of his grandfather, his father. What is it to you? But all I know is all of these coins are translucent. And they are telling you, wow, the outside is bright and beautiful. And here you are inside not creating. Look at this. They're saying this is what you come from. Notice how tall that tree is. He did not put all of these into the tree. They grew into it over time. Each one of these came from a family legacy. It has been passed on to you, but you don't believe it, do you? You don't believe it. You don't believe that you're powerful. You don't believe that you're intelligent. You don't believe in your abilities. You're going to let the world keep going outside behind you. You're the one that put this wall up. You're the one that built this house around your abilities. You're the one that has a whole other person waiting for you to see your own reflection. That's what this year of 4 was about. 2020, 2 plus 2 is 4. Kali Mahamaya is fierce. She doesn't show you what you want to see. She shows you what you need to see. It's not always the same person. But we turn both of these cards around. That is the vibration available to you. This is the one you're sitting in. But this is what is available to you. I'm going to turn these 2 cards around. I'm going to put them down. I'm going to see what will happen if you enact on your free will. What if they step into? What if they step into these beautiful cards in the upright frequency, stepping into their passion, their innocence, playing like a kid again, enjoying the sun. Here comes the sun, little darling. They work hard. Unafraid, I'm hearing unafraid of what people think. What will happen? What will happen? I heard some of you, who cares? Fall down, get up, you did it, you lived, right? But what will happen? What will happen for these people who really put everything out there? Woo! Lord of mercy, 2 cards. The Lovers and the 4 of Wands. Now you can take this obviously to mean finding your soulmate, finding your twin flame, which, by the way, for those of you looking for it, you cannot do if you're in this space. Maybe that's exactly, for those of you looking for it, what they're asking you to get over. How dare you come to them like this? They want you coming to them like this. Fresh, clean, ready to work on your new life together. On your new life together. Notice Archangel Gabriel here. Archangel Raphael here. Blessing this union of yin and yang in its most powerful form. Notice her face, his body. They're both yin yang. The tree of knowledge, the tree of good and evil. We turn this card around. We notice now they're not looking to each other anymore as they were before. Now it appears they're looking up and out to Spirit. This is the message from Spirit. Combining the yin and yang and saying, I have a mission for you. You can't receive this mission until you've stepped fully into it. Until you know yourself. Know thyself. Know thyself. That is what Kali Mahamaya is here to teach you. To tear down these walls. To see the difference in this fake sun. Notice the fake sun. And notice the warmth of the real sun. They don't even need a real sun to show this is real. But you need a fake sun when you're trying to fake something. In this picture, she has no shoes. His hand on her back in this picture looks loving and kind. Over here, he's kind of got his pinky off, like when I'm drinking a drink I don't like. He doesn't look loving. He's not holding on to her. He's not grabbing her. This is not a stable union. This is fake. May last 10 years, even 20. But it's not this. This will last lifetimes. That's what they're saying. You understand? Okay, Mahamaya. Okay. Yuga Shakti. Yuga Shakti. Who are my Yuga Shaktis out there? Haven't read this one yet. I'm excited. I definitely felt the twirl on the belly on this. I just recently had an old battle buddy of mine. His wife just died of breast cancer. So I promised today I would give a shout out to all of my battle-worn women out there. Women out there. Just having breasts apparently can be an illness. Men can get breast cancer, but it's 3% or something. I don't know. It's very low. However, to all my women out there who, by the thing that makes you female, you can die from, get it checked out. Don't be a dummy. Awareness starts with your awareness. Most of the time we can save this awful cancer. We can prevent this awful cancer. Not save it. Prevent this awful cancer if caught early. This is one of the easiest if we catch it early. Okay? Go get your breast checked. At least do a self-check if you don't have insurance. I understand. I don't. But do a self-check, okay? Start at the armpit. Start at the armpit and go all the way to the nipple. Don't just check the outside, okay? Armpit to nipple in a spiral. Tight spiral. All of it, okay? Those knots, they can hide anywhere. His wife had one up in her armpit, but it was technically breast cancer. I met another woman who had it literally smack dab in the middle of her nipple. She thought it was a clogged duct from breastfeeding. It's a scary disease. So Yuga Shakti. Yuga Shakti. Give me a thumbs up for my Yuga Shaktis out there. Ugh. I'm gonna get weepy on this one. Y'all are used to it. I cry. I cry. This is number 13, which if you are a numerology obsessed fanatic like me, also a 4. So we're still tying up some of this 4 work. What a shame. No, not really. What a shame. Y'all remember at the end of last year, man, I was so sick of talking about the year that was going to be coming. I said, I keep repeating myself, but you guys don't have much time. Everything is about to change. Do you remember me saying that back last November? Gosh, not this past November, the November before that. I kept looking you directly in the eyes. Go watch my videos from November of 2019. And I said, everything is about to change. Start thinking about the dark night of the soul and what you need to do, because it's going to get forced upon you if you haven't done it yet. What happens when you don't do it, when it's forced upon you? That's what we're about to start seeing. And that's why we're starting to see the uprisings. And, you know, my friend Grace said the other day, she said it's scary whenever you wake up in the morning and you just unlock your phone and you're terrified of what you're going to see. Just seeing if my son called me, I wish I could ignore all the news. But nowadays, there's no way to ignore it. It's everywhere. Right? Okay. Yuga Shakti. Her timing is fierce with compassionate wisdom. To love her is to honor her greater knowing. She demands the surrender of our futile attempts to control that which is beyond her sphere of understanding until that pain transforms into the sweet pleasure of release. I'll tell you later. Even the right thing cannot attain fruition at the wrong time. I want you to hear that. Even the right thing cannot attain fruition at the wrong time. Even the right thing cannot attain fruition at the wrong time. Trust her and be shown again and again that her divinely orchestrated workings of the time serve you faithfully with love and grace. Now, I want to just read a little more here because she looks scary in this picture, and I want you guys to understand what I see here in my heart, at least. Callie's outstretched tongue and open mouth signify her fierce form as the devouring, divine warrior goddess. Time emerges from Kali and ends with her. To birth the new, she devours the old. Persistence for clinging. Think of your own life here. Persistence for clinging to what has been, the attachment to our past pain and fear of an unknown future, are no match for her genius and unwavering will to clear it away to provide the best conditions for the next chapter to unfold. You understand? Sometimes it's chaos that builds the ladder to climb the next wall. Scary. I know. But majestic, powerful? Yes. Spirit, what do you have to say for Yugashati? Please, for clarifiers, I'm going to pull 2 or 3. Interesting. We've talked about that wall a few times. And it's interesting, the Game of Thrones came into my head. How much does that kind of look like the white wall, right? It doesn't. But at the same time, we were talking about the wall. And it's interesting that my guides took me to watch a little bit of that again. I've already seen it multiple times, so I already know it. I have Game of Thrones cards. It's interesting how in this one we talked again about the wall. But it's your wall. No one put that up. It's interesting. No one put that up but you. To protect yourself. But in protecting yourself, you are limiting yourself. My Yugashatis, yeah? Yeah? Ace of Pentacles. 2 more, please. 2 more, please. Yes, I'm definitely feeling creative energy. Okay. Ah, yes. Look at this. We have the Magician and Judgment in reverse. Ooh. Definitely some holding back here. Okay, so this is basically the spirit, the guides telling you, you have everything that you need to create. You have not only your own will. I want to just tell you here, the Magician card is number 1 from 0 to 21. So 22 major arcanas. This one right here, very powerful. Notice the shooting star in the background. Notice his candlesticks point from above to below. Okay, as above, so is below. But notice that he's pulling an energy because look at his finger pointing downward. He is not powerful. He is not the magician, even though he is. But the magician is what? A vessel for power to flow through. Notice the snake belt. Notice that you have all the tools, cups, wands, swords, pentacles, all 4 suits at your disposal as long as you are coming from heart's pure intention. You're coming from the place of highest good. You may be a vessel. It is up to you whether or not that is a blessing or a curse. There's a reason why being a vessel is sometimes called a curse and sometimes called the gift. Notice the lilies. When I turn this card around, there's always something growing behind you out of the cracks of nothing, like Phoenix rising, that you don't see. They want you to remember that you are human on this Kabbalah tree of life, no matter how old your soul is. Some of us forget how human we are. How human we are. Notice how the only one who stands here proud and naked is a child. The woman covers herself with the cosmic egg because she feels like all she has to give to the world is birth. The man covers himself with the skeleton here because he feels like all he can do is protect. This is the end of this age. Notice the cracked ground that hasn't breathed in too long. The dead behind them. Second coming. Notice now Archangel Gabriel blowing his horn. Interesting. Here we cannot see the things they're ashamed of. He feels like anyone he's not protected, that's his shame. She feels like anything she hasn't created, that's her shame. But yet the child, which we cannot truly, that's definitely a little boy. I almost said we can't tell if it's a little boy or a little girl because of his hair, but it's definitely a little boy. I can see his little weeby. But it's a little boy. But he's not ashamed at all. No shame. He even stands without shame. He's proud of who he is because he knows who he is. They have been covered by the sins of their ancestors. You understand? These things can be let go of. That's for somebody out there. Something is growing in the cracks behind you. You don't even know how powerful you are. God is trying to hand you a new opportunity for abundance, but you're afraid to see yourself. In every form. Okay. Lastly, Blue Tara. Blue Tara. If you're just coming in, I have not read one comment that's come through today. I've made a point of that. I cannot today. If you watch this video from beginning to end, you'll understand why. It's better for me to stay in the zone that I'm in. It's a very precarious one. Yes, please give me a thumbs up. I did see a thumbs up come up of Blue Tara. Blue Tara. Lovely. Calming. I feel calming from this energy. Also a little fire coming up from behind her though. Don't take her for weak because she has patience, yeah? And that's not a normal sun, that's a red sun. For one to have patience, do not take her for weak, yeah? A lot of energies in here today. I did a salt circle. I have protected my home. I am fine with all the energies. There's some that I have not invited though. Part of it is because I'm also very paranoia. All the messages I've gotten, they move from, that's why I can't look at the messages. I'm afraid to. I'm not concerned. I'm angry. And I don't want to be angry. I hate being angry. Not concerned, I'm angry. But I guess I wouldn't be angry if I wasn't concerned, right? So, don't be a liar, Val. I haven't read this one yet. We'll see. It's probably for me. Watch me get my butt put into place right here. Her timing. Wait, we already read that one. Blue Tara. Well, there you go. There you go. Blue Tara. Sweet Mother of Peace now bestows her gifts of clarity, peace, and the power to overcome any negative condition. I love you guys. Just as the beautiful lotus grows from the muddied waters, so too shall you arise from this confusion, difficult circumstance, and heavy energies into sacred blossoming. If you feel held back or attacked, slow down by your circumstances. Remember that your soul has the ability to process all experiences and become stronger, not weaker, through doing so. This oracle indicates healing and positive prediction for a peaceful future. Well, who heard the story there? It's funny. I tell you guys, I don't know until it's over, but I always hear the story. You ready? Let's pull some clarifiers for Blue Tara. I'm definitely going to have to read that whole thing. So we went from the duality, right? I have a very long tongue, actually. Pretty long. To the sweetness of the Blue Tara, but also fierce in her sweetness. Okay. Let's see what Blue Tara wants to say. Wow, that was weird. Okay, so it came out this way, and you saw how I dropped it, and it flipped like 3 times, and it landed upright. So, don't worry. There's not a negative or positive side to this, but they want to say this is the transition, right? Of the Blue Tara. Of going from this to this. Look at this. He's looking out over a mountainscape. He doesn't look scared. He looks like he's ready to go. But notice the clouds. They're dark. He's going to go anyway. Trusting his sword. Going. Turn this card around. The mountainscape is behind him. He's passed it on. It's already over. The worst is over. He looks forward and blue skies are behind him. Where are you? Are you facing the great mountains, the dark clouds? It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you are, you're not alone. But notice how he thinks before he acts. He floats above them. He's not rushing into them. Do you notice how his cloak is a little before him? If you were flying, what would happen if you slowed down? Your cloak would be a little before you. It's like he's pausing. He's pausing to look out before him. But he must have been going very fast for it to swing back around like that. Otherwise, his cloak would just simply be out in front of him or behind him. Where are you? They want to ask specifically, where are you? Both of these sides felt equally important in the blue Tara. I want to remind you, we are in the blue Tara. Some of you, notice again, look at the clouds coming up around her serene sunset. Very similar to the clouds here. There are clouds around some of you. You can see through them. Do not fear these silly clouds. But do not be such a fool as to not see them. Not fearing them is not the same as not acknowledging them. Interesting. Can I get another card for the blue Tara, please? It's much the same, no? It's much the same. Look at the clouds. Never start with the center of the picture. Everybody wants to look at what's happening in the center. Look at the outside first. Here we notice clouds are no different. It's important to notice that in this exact spread. The clouds are very important in this particular spread. These clouds are not important on every card. They're important here because they started with clarifying here. And the first thing I noticed about this was not the lotus flowers, even though they're gorgeous, right? These lotus flowers are so stunning. And the beautiful leaves around her, it's all stunning. She's coming out of the middle of a lily pad with lotus flowers growing around her. Transformation in itself. Yet look at the orange sun. Looks very much like an eclipse because we see the gold behind it. Look at the clouds. The clouds were the first thing I noticed in that picture, and the clouds were the first thing that came out in this. We talked about this card. Now look at this. He's looking. So Blue Tara is asking, why are you complaining? Because we see his face here, and it doesn't look happy. Now, this is the normal side. This is the up. Technically, there's no negative or positive, but this is what's considered the upright position, and the vice versa. Here, they're simply asking you to look at what you have sowed so that you can see what you will reap, right? Here, we can't see his face. He's simply judging it, looking at it, discerning it. Are your guides trying to teach you discernment right now? Again, notice the clouds. They're not cloudy. Well, they're cloudy, but they're not negative cloudy, right? They're not dark and doomy. They're simply thinking, simply discerning. But we turn it around, and he's holding that shovel like, damn it. Damn it all to hell. Shouldn't have planted this. I put too much feed in it. I put too much work in it. I put too much time in it. It wasn't worth it. What of your life do you feel like this about? And do you want to end up making that face? Because I promise you, just like your mom always said, it'll stick. How many old people have you seen bitter with life going? Something like that, right? Think about it. Discernment. One more, please. Goodness gracious. No more clouds, right? No more clouds. For Blue Tara. For Blue Tara. Ooh, they're saying, for some of you, you barely started looking. Ah, yes. 2 cards came out. One fell in my lap and one of them came right out my hand. We have the 9 of Swords in reverse. So, not this doo-doo. Look at this. Again, getting stuck. That's like his son. That's like, talk about ancestral ties. This guy planted that tree and his son is like, oh my gosh. Talk about ancestral doo-doo faces. I mean, girls have a name for it. It's called resting bitch face. What do we call it for guys? That's what it is right there. that. And then look what else came out. A lot of clouds, a lot of grayness. So what I'm feeling most here, Blue Tarot is concerned about the state of mind for some of you. And this would suggest that it's what you're putting in your energy into. The people, the places, the things that you're putting your energy into. Are you getting back what you deserve? Or do you want to be stuck with that face right there? I don't know. I can't do that one. Hold on. This is a poor fiddle. See how he came? He's obviously, this is an ancestral tie. He's like, and he's like, old people, like boomer. Millennial. Right? Right? If we're going to label it. But when we see through that, lightning striking now. Look at those clouds again. Ooh, they're very different now, aren't they? It's interesting that the calmest, sweetest card, Blue Tarot, brings an eclipse of emotion. Notice clouds here. Notice how we started. Clouds here. Clouds here. What are you choosing? Now I'm going to point out. This was the next to last card. This was the last card. They're saying if you do this, if you do this, if you do this. 9 is about what? Completion. 9 is about completion. Over this doo-doo that did not happen to you necessarily. But are you going to continue down a path that makes you make this face? That is producing nothing? Look at the energy you're putting into it. And I know that for some of you it knocked you down because you have put everything, your energy, your happiness into your family, into your work, into everything but you. But look at over here in the corner. It's kind of like footprints in the sand, like Jesus. Couldn't always see me standing there, could you? Even though you felt like this, he's looking out there. He sees the dawn of another day. What he doesn't see is that he's never been alone. Never. That's what you don't see. Looking out here into this new horizon. Okay. Now we're going to read a little bit of the last card for the whole soul trap. And then I'll take a few questions if y'all are still here. Because I had to stay off in the beginning because I was having a hard time keeping my channeling going. Okay, Divine Sisterhood. This is for the whole soul tribe. I'm not reading the whole thing, but this is for my Isis fans out there. I say Isis like asses. I know. I mean no disrespect. Okay, Isis says, in community that is based in equality, respect, healthy boundaries. If you were here at the beginning, I pulled this at the beginning. And personal freedom with a mutual desire for spiritual growth and honoring of innate wisdom. Great miracles occur. You are part of this community of light. At one time, it existed only in the spiritual worlds, yet now it is being born on earth. It is a part of your destiny to help create and nurture a conscious community that empowers all of us, all of its members. Sorry, I'm about to cry, and my eyes are blurring up because they're watering. All of its members and based in truth. Let me get my glasses. I'm going to read just a little bit more. Letting the divine feminine nourish you now into new relationships, collaborations, community, and friendships is very wise. There are many souls with whom you have spiritual contracts decided upon before you were born who wish to help you and who you can help too. As you grow together in peace and light and wisdom, your light has value on its own, of course, but it is also of deep service when it's visible to others, lighting the way. Even my glasses. Okay, hang on. Okay, don't worry, I'm not wearing my eye makeup, obviously. I'm going to skip, I don't know why, 2 paragraphs. This is for someone out there specific because they just made me skip like 2 or 3 paragraphs, and I've never read this part on here. You are wise and grounded enough within yourself not to lose yourself within a group, and instead to help a group look very similar without glasses, even though I'm wearing them. I need a new prescription. Your leadership, can't see. And instead to help a group become a community of honoring individuals. Your leadership by example is important, as groups can sometimes descend to the lowest energetic vibrations of the members if the members fall into their egos rather than staying in their hearts. Yet if the members can stay in their hearts, the group can lift each other up rather than pull each other down. I'm having such a hard time with that, you guys. It's like, if you guys are new to my channel, please click off now. This is not the one you want to be on. But for my soul tribe, which should be 99% of you out there, someone out there is attacking me and watching my videos, and it makes me feel very vulnerable. I know I'm protected. And I know it's really easy for everyone to say you're covered in light and you're protected. But when people I love are in danger because of what I do, I just don't know how much it's worth it anymore. I'd rather be homeless on the street than be a cause of anyone in my family getting hurt. But I also know there will be thousands of these that come through. It's so hard not to know what to read and what to read. And I've had so many YouTubers tell me, like ones that have been successful, well, you need to pay someone to read those. And I'm like, okay, well, you pay my gas bill, my electric bill. I can't even hardly buy. I'm not asking for money. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I've walked into a lot of debt. Like, I have 0 debt on my name, but I've walked into a lot that I have to right now own up to. My uncle has not worked since last April, except for maybe a total of 3 weeks separated over since last April, like overtime. A day here, a day there, a day here, a day there. I thought he had a job right away. He did not. It was temporary. It's been very difficult in the house with Uncle Jumbo. Consistently. It's very hard to make videos. It's a very small house. We have 3 dogs. And the little bit of time that I do get to myself, it's hard not to want to be stingy and take it for myself. To just take a bath. Maybe watch a show. Sit in the living room. Told you guys I would try to get better at getting on here even when it was hardest for me. It's hard today. And I know it's hard for you guys too. So I want to get on here as a reminder that days are sometimes fucking hard. You can go back and watch my other Sundays and see that days are not always hard. And next Sunday, I might be on here, happy as can be, showing you my new growth in armpit hair. Today, I hardly have it in me to smile, but I'm here, yeah? I'm showing up. And the point is, I want you guys to show up too. No excuses. Keep showing up. Even if showing up is waking up. Even if showing up is showering. Even if showing up is taking your dog for a walk. You know, the funny thing, I only take her for a walk at night. She's so big, it's like walking down the street with a famous person. Everybody wants to pet her, everybody wants to talk to her, or they stand around and they don't want her near them, and they all act scared of her and freak her out with her energy. See, she's feeling my energy. She's enormous. So I only walk with her at night because no one sees her. She may be a big old clunking thing, but she's also quite stealthy. And I dare anyone to walk up with me with this giant thing behind me. I was walking past this housing construction project thing down on the corner. And did you hear that too? I did too, Bella Boo. You can come through. Bella knows my old dog over here. Oh, Jimbo's coming home. I'm live. Say hi to the Soul Tribe.
Hey.
You got pickles?
The good ones.
No. The
you
Polish
want
spices?
one right now.
No.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, these are the best pickles in the world, y'all.
They
Say
are
hi to the
made
Soul.
right here in Mansfield.
They are. Wait.
Hey, y'all.
Uncle Jimbo, say hi.
Hey.
Tell them.
Hey, y'all.
Who won?
It's still on. They had just a little phone to watch it on, all right? Stay
Oh,
I
no.
left at halftime.
Well, you're so sweet to have gone over there just so I could do my videos.
I'm sorry for busting
Yeah,
in.
but no, you're fine. Everybody loves you. They're all saying hi.
Hey, everybody.
He's watching Kansas City. We're both rooting for Kansas City today.
I'm watching right now. I'm watching
Who was on?
Tampa Bay and Green Bay.
Who are you rooting for?
Tampa Bay. That's where Brady went. Remember? Does everyone remember Brady from New England Patriots?
Yeah.
Brady, he's with Tampa Bay now, and he's winning.
I know, but I'm not a big Tampa Bay fan. I lived there for too long. Brady's all right. I like Brady as a person.
Brady.
He seems like a good guy.
He's a winner. He's the best quarterback.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Best quarterback ever. Winner, chicken dinner. Oh, I love y'all.
I met Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is losing. He's with Green Bay.
I'm talking to them, not you. I know who he's with.
You don't know.
You think I don't know?
I need a pickle.
They're spicy.
Maybe I better have half of it.
Half a pickle. But don't break it open with your fingers. Cut it with a knife.
I can't open it.
Bring it here. I'll open it up.
I'm on my way.
Okay. Remember the thingy I taught you?
I forgot already.
They can't see you. Don't worry. Now, it's like a clock, right? I'm going to teach you guys. For my single moms out there. Okay? Big old jar. Okay? I'm going to put this thing down. I'm going to show y'all how to open a giant can.
Vice grips.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, it's pretty tight. Okay. All right. I'm going to use these, but you can use a butter knife or anything you want. Okay? So we'll use these for now. Put this down. I'm going to show y'all how to do it. Don't worry. Everybody can use this. Men, you can do this and tell your women that you did it by yourself. Don't worry. So this one's lucky because it's got the state of Texas on it, so it's easy. But what you want to do is imagine a clock. You want to hit it at the bottom. You want to hit it on the side.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
And what that does, break
Look
the
at that.
seal. Every time. Look at that.
Let me have a pickle.
Wait. Mandy, tell her up here and lay down.
Get up there.
Come on. Come on. She's hiding behind Uncle
I
Jimbo,
need a
y'all.
pickle.
Not until she lays down. Come on. Go
Come
lay
on,
down.
you're costing me pickles.
I'm not costing you pickles. She's costing you pickles.
Go.
Mandy, go lay down. You keep touching her. Don't touch her. Don't touch her. There you go.
Thank you.
Don't let her have one.
She ain't
It makes her tummy hurt.
Oh, she loves them.
Did you hear that? It makes her tummy hurt, and he goes, she loves them. Don't give your dogs pickles. Especially not the spicy ones, Jimbo.
Mm, they're good.
Anyway. Well, that's a little of pretty much day in the house of our house. Now I'm going to have to fix my glasses. Okay. Does anybody have any direct questions or anything they want to just talk about? Remember, I have a delay here. Because apparently I haven't been answering questions if I'm getting the kind of emails I'm getting. Sure does go quiet whenever I start paying attention. That's a good thing. It means y'all are talking to each other and being honest. Yes, I should. I am taking rest for myself. Have you noticed my poor air signs? It's my favorites. I love everybody because you guys know I'm a Virgo sun, so I love my earth signs. I'm a Leo moon, so I love my fire signs. And I am a Cancer rising, so I love my water signs. But I suppose that's why it's my favorite to read. My air signs. They're my favorites. Funny thing is, I resonate with their readings more than my own. I don't want this shining up on my face like that. I'm trying to get the glare out. I'm trying to be able to read and talk to you guys at the same time. Okay. Kirsten, text message me, please. Yeah, I mean, you can email me. I'm thinking about starting a new email because this one's been overloaded by some a fanatic group of religious fanatics. So it's really hard to filter through because they're using different names. So I'm getting, where I used to get hundreds of emails a day, I'm now getting thousands. And half of them are if I read through them, it's hard to even make it through the day. So I need to start a new email, but it's hard because if I post it on here, it just gets taken over again. So if anybody is able to do that kind of thing and separate themselves from it, it's hard to read that stuff whenever they're directing that stuff at me. Actually, I can't even say that. I can't afford to do that, so it doesn't matter anyway. But someday I'm going to be able to afford to have somebody read through my emails, and then I'm going to get a security detail, and your butt's in trouble because I don't need them to do anything. I just need them to find you. That's all. Just to find you. Okay, what are we reading here? Okay, Caitlin. I'm sorry, I'm going to go back up at this one, the way that God talks. How to be authentic in front of family. How to be comfortable in standing authentic, causing to be only one like me in the town without being sad with loneliness. Caitlin, how old are you? It's too big of a cup. Caitlin, are you still here, darling? 28. Okay. My darling, I'm going to pull some cards for you because God pulled me to that question. There's a reason for it, but I'm going to tell you right now. Everything you're feeling, you're supposed to be feeling. Not on the level, right? Everybody's got their own levels, nuances, depths. I'm not saying what you're going through is boring or tedious. What I am saying is I would be very disappointed if you weren't feeling almost all of those things on some vague level at 28 years old. Now, for those of you, let's say 35 and up, you guys remember that feeling? That is that's the feeling of getting pushed away from home. Not by your family, by universe. Now, Caitlin, there is something I want to tell you on an individual level. Let me put it this way. I'll start it with a question. Have you started your YouTube channel yet? Your blog? You are incredibly witty. And it is very rare to be witty with wisdom. Now, if everybody notices, Caitlin is a very young moderator on here. 28 years old. If you have a wrench next to your name, you have spat out wisdom that my guides literally gave me I call it a side poke. They poke me in the side when I go back and read all these comments later. No one got their wrench from something they said directly during the live that I saw. They got their wrench after I went back and it made me cry or it made me get a side poke from my guides. Caitlin is one of those. Now, Caitlin is meant to be a distributor of knowledge, but she's resisting against it. Now, how do you suppose someone that's going to distribute knowledge, how do you suppose Spirit would teach them first? Spirit would make sure that you had a thick skin. Okay? Because if you actually have wisdom to share, you're going to get emails like me. You better have a thick skin. That means you either grew up poor, unattractive, something like that. Something along those lines. Something along those lines. And that's just two of the, that's just like two of the three things I can remember from my own life. I'm not saying yours. I don't know. Everybody has their own shit. Everybody has their own shit. But something's going to tear you down to make you worry about what people think around you, to make you grow a thick skin. You might even grow up where the whole town watches you for some reason. For some reason. But you have something to say. So if your thing is worth saying, that means you're a channel. Already. You're a channel. So if Spirit's going to channel through you, the first thing they want to know is your ego going to be a problem? Now, if your ego is a problem, it's coming from where? Fear of what others think first, right? Do you see who you are? For Caitlin. Always wanting to get ahead of yourself, huh? They're saying, I have a spirit guide for Caitlin here saying, you're such a darling. I want to keep up with you. You consistently run ahead of yourself. You fall down and you get pissed off. And you hate yourself and the world. But really yourself, don't you? It's only through falling down, getting that scar tissue, that you're going to achieve what you want. Don't worry, darling. Don't worry. Yes, it's going to be very hard. But it's going to be so worth it. Right? It's going to be so worth it. Look at her sitting in the clouds. This is Queen of Swords. She may have a cutting tongue, but it's an honest one. She speaks truth. And then the traditional tarot deck, she sits from the side, holding out her sword, and she has a rope dangling from her wrist, a tied rope, because she was bound. And she did not inherit this throne. She earned it. She cut herself free from the Eight of Swords. Yeah, I know. From the Nine of Swords. Yeah. Mandy has something to say about that. Oh, she likes the Queen of Swords. Yeah. That is one of her favorites. She does. I wash my face way less than she does. They're saying the only thing stopping you, Caitlin, from achieving this is this. Isn't that interesting? That the Ace of Wands, notice the cardinal flying in the back, right? But what I think is interesting is we turn it around. Here we see lightning is striking. Lightning is striking. I'm feeling like, okay, thank you. You have a spirit guide here saying you always wait for the sweet spot, the sweet moment, the perfect moment. Like I'm waiting for the right time for it to be like this. But it's kind of like a baby. There's never a right time for a human life. Who are you to decide when to have a baby? So many people try to plan for a baby. How silly. I understand wanting to finish certain things like school and getting to a certain spot in work, but there's never going to be a right time for a human life. How is that up to you? That's up to that child when they come through. And also, lightning may strike while your ego is so worried waiting for the right time. Here is Spirit looking at you, your ego. She has an enormous backyard and the ability to go out there. So I don't know what she's communicating right now. And notice the hanged man back there, except for he's not there anymore. Now we see the hanged man's sticks. This is the Temperance card in reverse. We see that he used to be there, but even the Hanged Man's got up. And here's Spirit looking at you like, girl. Right? Mandy, what are you thinking? Come here. Okay. I hope she stuck in for that. We'll know later, yes. We'll know later. Caitlin, we love you, sister. But it's time to start. Girl, you know I'll knock you out. I'll knock you out. I'll knock you out. I love you too, darling. My sister. We're going to have to go have some playtime soon. I got a little more time. Any more questions? Okay. Whatever I look down. I'm sorry. Wait. Can you wait? I'm still looking. Give me a moment, please. And you messed up my bandana. Okay. I know. We have like communications in our head, and she told me I look like a homeless person. Or my own ego did. I don't know. I just went like that, and I was like, oh, it's homeless person. Hey, don't lick my face. No, not right now. No. Okay. You said earlier you were a numerology nut. I said for my numerology nuts out there. I didn't say I was a numerology nut. I do enjoy numerology though. What do you think seeing 1337 repeatedly means? P.S. Enjoy your pickles and hugs from Mandy Pants. 1337. So we have 7, 4, 5. 5 is the base of it. 33 in the middle, surrounded by a beginning and a spiritual number. Give me a moment. It's interesting. It's not all boiling it down to numbers. I take it down to numbers. To me, I would immediately see immense change. 1337 would be immense change because it boils down to a 5. Seven plus 3 plus 3 plus 1 is 15, right? Is that 15? 7? 14. 4 plus 1 is 5. So it boils down to 5, which is immense change. Neither negative or positive, right? But you take the 33 in the middle, and that means that this intense change is now covering a it's a master number. Angel what? What was your handle? Angel something. There's a reason that God made me look at it. Or whatever God there is. Angel 171. Okay. The 33 is usually a master number. I don't know if you're a Christian or not, but that is Jesus. He was 33 when he was crucified. 33 years old. Supposedly, when he was crucified. I wasn't there. I only know off of the history that I've done. It's also a master number. Powerful number, yeah. It's also surrounded by interesting numbers of 1 and 7. Which says that you came here on a path which was not meant to be easy. It was definitely a mission. Because 1 is the beginning. 33, it's a struggle. And 7 is to be considered by the most powerful spiritual numbers of most any. So, if you've only been seeing it recently, I would say that you're probably getting prophetic messages. So pay very close attention to your outside surroundings and spend more time meditating. Many of us, the thing is, no one's powerful. I don't get special messages that you guys don't get. I spend more time shutting down my ego. How much time do you spend a day specifically dedicated to shutting down your ego? We spend a lot of time doing that. I mean, specifically dedicated to that. I'm not saying you should necessarily. What I'm saying is it's my job to do that. What I'm saying is I don't have gifts or abilities that you don't have out there. It's the mud covering the flashlight. I know, because I spent my whole life with these gifts and never paying attention to them. But over a time of secluding myself and seeing them, I can absolutely understand why some people call it a curse and some people call it a gift. Yeah? You understand too, huh? Say, yeah, I'm your psychic sponge. I eat all of that stuff. She's the best familiar in the world. She saves my life. Every day. You want to go for a walk? I know. Let's go for a walk. Do you want to go for a walk? Okay, let's sing our song. Let's sing our song. We'll go for a walk. Ready? Ready? They say, don't waste your hay. Get ready. Rather gather and create. Be of service. Be a sensible person. Come over here. Do you want to go for a walk or not? Come here. Come on. Come on. You gotta wait here with me. Use your words. No, don't be nervous. You can do this. You got purpose. Find your medicine and use it. I love you, my soul tribe. Mandy, you ready to go bye-bye? You ready to go bye-bye? Okay, we'll go bye-bye. I'm going to take her for a walk. She's ready. It's been raining for 2 days straight. She has a big backyard, but clearly it ain't enough. Look at that girl. She's ready. Let's go, Mama. I love you all so much. I'll read all of these tonight. We're going to take a walkie poo. Catch you on the flip side.